Hey guys, welcome to my channel. A long time no see. How are you all doing? I am back again with another tutorial for you guys. Today I am going to do this cut crease kind of a look, some creative thing. I haven't done anything like this before. I just wanted to try this out. This look is a little bit inspired from Hindash. So if you want to know how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please take a moment to subscribe as well. Now without any further delay, let's get into today's video. So this is my before phase. I'm going to start with prepping my skin. I am using a moisturizer from Pond's. That's the Pond's Light Moisturizer. I slathered enough amount of the product all across my face, and I also use the same moisturizer underneath my eyes, and this is going to work as my under eye cream. I then noticed my eyebrows were kind of cranky at the top layer, so I decided to trim and equalize the size or the shape. For primer today, I'm using my MAC Prep and Prime primer. So I'm applying this on the usual areas, mainly concentrating this on the center part of my face. This is a hydrating primer, so any skin type can use this. Then today, I am not going to use my bestie orange corrector. Yes, you heard me right. Now Mona without orange corrector is basically chocolate ice cream without chocolate. I mean, I know I'm a bit exaggerating this, but if you guys know me, you guys would know this. I love my orange concealer, but today I thought I'll do it a bit different. I actually do this sometimes. I don't use this very often, but actually do this. I'm using NW45 today for this step. So this NW45 from MAC has tons of neutral undertone and reds and orange into it. So I thought this would actually counterbalance all my hyperpigmentations and dark spots, which it actually did. And for foundation today, again I'm using my MAC Studio Fix foundation in the shade NW45. Again, this has neutral undertone and has orange to it. So this is going to balance out any darkness or the grayness that will happen after my foundation application. At the moment, this might look like too orange, but trust me, it will settle down. So I'm applying this with a foundation brush. Then I'm blending everything out with a damp beauty sponge. Beauty sponge is my personal favorite tool to apply or do my whole makeup base. So that's what I'm doing here. Then for concealer, again I'm using my MAC concealer in shade NC45, and this is the new marking thing that I tried out for this look. That is basically on the sides of my eyes, underneath my eyes, bridge of my nose, and my forehead and chin. Those are the usual areas, and I also use the same damn beauty sponge to blend this away. Now this blending will take some time. You just have to be very sure that the foundation and the concealer is well blended and you don't see any harsh line in between the foundation and concealer part. So I just made sure that my blending is all nice and flawless, and you'll see what I have achieved at the end. This is done. I'm going to set my face with some loose powder. Now the loose powder today I'm using is the RCMA original powder. I got this from an Instagram store. Now this one is basically a white powder, but trust me, this actually works great on any skin type. It does not give any flashback. It just settles down so well and gives a very nice flawless effect. If you have oily skin like me, you will love this. If you have dry skin, please be very minimal with this powder application part. Don't do over baking and all, because it might dry out your skin. So before I move on with my eyebrow filling thing, I am just going to use my cotton bud dipped in with a little bit of micellar water, and I'm removing the excess powder and foundation from my eyelashes and eyebrows. Then for eyebrows today, I'm using my MAC's eyebrow pencil in shade Spiked. This is a dark brown one, and I'm just filling in like how I usually do. Then I just gently dabbed the sponge on my lids, and that's it for my eyelid base because it already had some foundation and concealer on it. For eyeshadow today, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Jackie. I know one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I'm using this matte violet shade, and I'm working this on the outer part of my eyelids first. I'm drawing a random V like that, and I'm just slowly and softly blending everything out. So I think this is going to be a bit self-explanatory because I clearly have no idea what is going on here. I just had some drawings in my mind and I just did whatever my mind actually made me do. So I think you don't need any of my explanation for this eyeshadow part. Then I'm taking this pink matte eyeshadow from the same palette and I'm blending the violet color on the edges just like that. Then to clear out the lid part and also to make the violet line more crisp and to stand out a little bit more, I decided to use the concealer and I cleared the lid part like you can see here. And also I'm using my eyeliner brush to do the job here. So I just wanted to tell you guys that there is no rules in makeup. You can use whatever tools or whatever product, like whatever is working out for you. I hear people say you have to use an eyeliner brush for eyeliner application only. It's not like that. You can use whatever product works out for you. So once after clearing the lid part, I also decided to intensify the violet area just like that. And I also topped a little bit of my compact powder on the lid part. And then I used the same concealer to clear out the area underneath my eyebrows, as you can see here. Then I'm also clearing the area underneath the outer V part. Next, I'm using my K-Beauty's liquid eyeliner. I'm using this to fake my wing liner. Like, I'm just going to do the wing and I'm just going to connect the wing to my natural lashes. I'm not going to draw any line on the upper lash area. Then once again, I decided to clean up my lid area. I decided to go back with my concealer again and I crisped out my crease line, as you can see here. I also blended it well, again topped it with some compact powder, and after dusting and removing out all the excess powder from underneath my eyes, I curled my eyelashes with my Vega eyelash curler, and I also used my MAC mascara to cover my eyelashes. And today I'm not going to use any false lashes, so I decided to give like very excessive and thick layer of mascara on my upper and lower lashes, as you can see here. And this mascara is very good in volumizing and also lengthening your mascara. With that, the eye look comes to an end, and finally I'm clearing my lower eyebrow area with the same compact powder. It's going to be a matte sort of a look, cut crease, creative cut crease look, and this is how the look turned out. Let me know what you think as well. This is how it looks on both my eyes. So I am now going to finish my face. I'm using my Hoola Benefit bronzer in the shade Caramel. I'm working this on the usual areas. Now this actually gives that life back to my face, and this also gives this nice warmth, and also this helps to make my face match with the rest of my body. Then for blush, I'm using my Sugar Coral Climax blush. This is a nice corally red color blush. I decided to keep it very minimal. I want the whole main concentration on my eyes today. Even if it's not popping too much, I wanted to keep the rest of my face and lip color subtle. So for my lip, I used this Maybelline brown lip liner in the shade Rich Chocolate, which is one of my favorites. So I'm lining my lips with this color, and I'm also filling the outer edges of both my upper and lower lips. Then to fill it in, I'm using this light pink lip gloss. This one is the Butter Gloss from NYX. I am just working this on the center of my lips, and I'm blending this on both my upper and lower lips. And this is the lip color for the look. Then I am going to spritz my face with some MAC Fix Plus. This is going to melt away all the powdery and matte looking effect. Then as a final touch, I'm going to apply some soft and gentle highlighter on the high points of my cheeks and a tiny bit on my nose. Then I also highlighted the inner corners of my eyes with the same soft and gentle highlighter. Then I decided to do a high pony, which is very abnormal of me because I don't prefer doing high ponies or high buns that often, because my head hurts very bad whenever I try and do this high pony and high buns. My hair is kind of on the heavier side, so that's the reason I think. But if you guys also have the same issue or have like a long hair situation going on, you can do this to make your head less hurt. I leave a chunk of hair on the front part of my face, as you can see here, and then I loosely take and pin it up. This is what actually works for me. It's very loose, it's not too heavy. I mean, I will get some headaches if I leave it on for a very long period of time, but this actually does the job for shorter period of times. So this pony is not too clean, it's a bit messy, but that's what I wanted. And yeah, with that, the look comes to an end, guys. I hope you guys like the look. Let me know what you think about it. And I also decided to pair this earring with this look. I kind of like it and I kind of not. I don't know what was actually mismatching, whether the whole eyeliner or the cut crease situation that I have done here, or my face makeup, the entire look, or the outfit that I'm wearing. This did not actually complement the earring. but I just wanted to show this to you. And this earring is from this Instagram store, you can definitely check them out. Finally, I decided to finish the look with the same small earring. So let me know which one is your favorite, and also do let me know if you like these kind of eye looks, like something that's different. You can also drop in your suggestions as well. So with that being said, I would like to end today's video, guys. I hope you all like the video. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.